Greetings on this beautiful day. Just took part in a small gathering. Did a bit of gentle yoga and getting those energies shifting around the body. And we're back with the Linkin Park now. Song number 4. I told you wrong last time. It's an instrumental one. It's not the one with the fantastic drums. That's the start of the song number 5, which we'll also discuss in this video, because that's the one that will show you the real shedding. So, song number 4, very short one, an instrumental one, called Empty Spaces. It sounds very much like a military mobilization. So what do we do with that? We reflect upon it. We look inside ourselves. It's mobilization of oneself. Raising those energies. Gathering the storms to troop. Being that market square hero. Just to quote a bit of Marillion. It just came into my mind. So it has to be said. So, empty spaces. Remember, spaces are what define the solids in this reality. And I think we need to go really into Pink Floyd The Wall for more on that. There's a line in one of the songs, what shall we use to fill in all those empty spaces? How shall I complete the wall? The wall in that case is your aura around you, your natural, source-given, God-given, whatever, call it whatever you want, energy protection. And with doing the moon ceremony, and now the yoga and absorbing the sun energy, wow. Right, so this is going to be a bit of a tongue twister for me, this song number 5. Interesting, it is song number 5. It's called When They Come For Me. And it goes like this. Here we go. Deep breath. I am not a pattern to be followed. The pill that I'm on is a tough one to swallow. I'm not a criminal, not a role model. Not a born leader, I'm a tough act to follow. I am not the fortune and the fame, or the same person telling you to forfeit the game. I came in the ring like a dog on a chain, and then found out the underbelly's sicker than it seems. And it can get ugly, but it can get worse, because even a blueprint is a gift and a curse. Because once you get a theory of how the thing works, everybody wants the next thing to be just like the first. And I'm not a robot, I'm not a monkey, I will not dance even if the beat's funky. Opposite of lazy, far from a punk, you'll all ought to stop talking, start trying to catch up, motherfucker. And all the people say, ah, 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 ah. Try to catch up, motherfucker. Lauren said money changed the situation. Big said it increased the complication. Kane said don't stop, I ain't the one. Chuck said an Uzi weighs a motherfucking ton. And I'm just a student on the game that they taught me. Rocking every stage and every place that they bought me. I'm awfully underrated, but came here to correct it. And so it ain't mistaken. I'm saying it for the record. I'm the opposite of whack, opposite of weak, opposite of slack, synonym of heat, synonym of crack, closest to a peak, far from a punk. You all ought to start talking, start trying to catch up, motherfucker. And all the people say. It culminates. Now all this is basically a rap that is sung by Mike Shinoda. And the end of the song then has this line sung by Chester Bennington. When they come for me, I'll be gone. It's your eternal spirit it's referring to there. Whew, that was quite a marathon to go through, and it's easy to just say it in one. So we'll now go back through it. I'm not a pattern to be followed. Well, you shouldn't be following anybody else. It's not about groupthink. It's not about rallying around a leader, putting anybody on a pedestal. This is a platinum age of Aquarius we're going to, unlike anything else. The pill that I'm on is a tough one to swallow. Well, yeah, what's bitter to the mouth is sweet to the belly. The bitter pill is facing ourselves. I'm not a criminal, not a role model, not a born leader. I'm a tough act to follow. It's not fitting in with this reality. You'll be viewed as crazy, but you're not a criminal. But at the same time, you're not a role model, although you can lead by example. I'm not the fortune and the fame. It's one of the things I thought about before I even started a YouTube channel, because putting yourself on a public platform, there's always going to be people who dislike you, and there'll always be a smaller number of people who like what you say. It goes with the territory. Yeah, I'm not the fortune and the fame, or the same person telling you to forfeit the game. Well, it's up to you what you do. I came in the ring like a dog on a chain, and then found out that the underbelly sicker than it seems. It's when you start going through this awareness awakening process, maybe you've come in through the route of conspiracy theories, and the more you look into and go down these rabbit holes, you will find that the underbelly is sicker than it seems. It's referred to as the underbelly because it's all lower conscious in the red and the orange zones. And it can seem ugly, but it can get worse. Just look externally for that one. And think about how you feel about, oh, there's going to be another lockdown. But if you want to feel that way, it will feel worse. Because even a blueprint is a gift and a curse. So you may find you've got these gifts that most people don't understand. So the blueprint, this spiritual path that you're on, and how things just falling into place for you, it can be wonderful, but it can also feel like a curse at times. Because once you get a theory on how the thing works, everybody wants the next thing to be just like the first. Once you get a theory, well, that can be flat earth, that can be mud flood, that can be Tartaria. That's quite a good clickbait you can use to put as a title of a video if you really are interested more in views. I'm not picking on any particular subject here, so don't be offended by what I say. I've just picked those out because they're very much of the moment. You'll see it, you'll just observe it. Depending on what YouTube channels you watch, if they're still talking about the past and what was, how is that benefiting you internally? It's almost like a black magic ritual, because if you're talking about floods, deluges, destruction, you're going back into a possible past that you don't even know was real, or the chronology of it. And you want to bring that into the now moment? Well, I was as guilty of it. I was lured by it, but these things are just entry roads. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So whatever you've looked at, whatever rabbit holes you've gone down, ask yourself, have you ever got a definitive answer, or have you only ever found that everything that you've looked at is a lie? If you keep finding that everything you looked at is a lie, you're getting the same answer. So are you benefiting yourself? Now you need to ask yourself this question. I'm not asking you the question. You need to ask yourself this inside yourself. And I'm not a robot, I'm not a monkey, I will not dance even if the beat's funky. I won't fit in with the herd mentality, no. I will stay true to myself, and I hope you will as well. If you feel that wearing something on your face keeps you safe, well, do it. If you feel that is wrong to you, then stay true to yourself, don't lie to yourself. Opposite of lazy, far from a punk. It appears like in meditation you're not doing anything, because the system is always wanting you to be doing something, collecting something, earning something, getting one up on somebody else. So when you're in meditation, it looks like to everybody else that's stuck in that material realm that you're being lazy when you're not. But you all ought to stop talking. Start trying to catch up, motherfucker. Well, let's take motherfucker as the first part. Yes, it's used as an offensive term. Fucker means, basically, it's a crude way of saying creation. Mother. What mother are we talking about here? In the spiritual sense, we are talking about Mother Earth. So, the motherfucker is one who is interacting with Earth, who is becoming a co-creator. You all ought to stop talking, so stop looking at all these conspiracies and things. Start trying to catch up. Do the inner work. Do something that is going to benefit you internally, because how you feel inside yourself is the energy you're going to put out. If we look at a very good system and analogy to this, if you're on an aeroplane, it says put the oxygen mask on yourself first, otherwise you cannot help others. So in the spiritual, the metaphysical sense, if you have not sorted out that internal chaos and conflict in yourself and you're feeling fear, how can you help anybody else out there? How can you help Earth? So the next verse, Lauren said money changed the situation. Big said it increased the complication. Well, imagine if your YouTube channel gets over a certain number and you start becoming something that is perceived to be a serious threat to the system. You may find your channel, and I've known a few people this has happened to, because it's in the terms and conditions that you have to accept, that YouTube can basically monetize your channel when they want. Big said it increased the complication. Well, big. Well, the big corporations. Cain said, don't stop, I ain't the one. Well, reference maybe to Cain and Abel there. I ain't the one. All the Piscean age, every religion will try and get you looking for an external, for a singular being, looking for the one when you are the one. Chuck said an Uzi weighs a motherfucking ton. An Uzi like Uzi 9mm in the famous line from the Terminator film. So put down your loads. You don't need to carry a weapon of destruction. And I'm just a student of the game that they taught me, rocking every stage and every place that they brought me. Well, yeah, I don't claim to know all the answers. I'm eternally a student of the game that they taught me, the system, and your family when you're a baby, and all implanting their personality and ideas on a young child and shaping the way you're going to be in this world. Rocking every stage. Well, the world is a stage, it's a playnet, and every place that they brought me, wherever life takes you. I'm awfully underrated, but came here to correct it, and so it ain't mistaken. I'm saying it for the record. It's speaking it, it's vocalizing it. We're all underrated. We're just mere humans. We can't do anything after all, can we? This is what's been hidden from you. And it's been hidden from you because if you unlock that key to how imagination creates reality, if you're doing it for self-serving reasons, then you're as bad as the control system, because it involves stepping over others and to benefit yourself. So don't feel underrated. You came here to correct it. This is what we're all here. I am the opposite of whack. I mean, listen to what it's saying. I am. It's the eternal spirit, the I amness in you, the opposite of whack, the opposite of weak, the opposite of slack. Closest to a peak. We're all trying to climb to the next level. Think of this spiritual journey like climbing a mountain, and there's a series of peaks, and you think you've got there, and then you find there's more. And when we start moving into this cosmic realm in meditation, and you see there is infinite potential. You can go into a two-dimensional reality if you really want, or you can go into a, I don't know, nine-dimension realm. The sky's the limit. You set the distance to that, because there is no time or space. You create time and space to meditate. So externally, the scene is already here for you to meditate. You just create the time for yourself and the space in which to do it. And internally, you're collapsing time and space, because it will come instantly. You will see it in the mind's eye. You will experience it instantly. So just to finish this off again. So start trying to catch up, motherfucker. And all the people say, that's the masses that got that look of sheer terror and believing all these external stories that the medium of the media are putting out. It can be one thing this week, something else the next week. They want you to take that script and be part of the people that say, but just try and catch up. Feel no fear. If the system doesn't like what I say, I mean, it's often implied that you're going to get these men in black figures are going to come and pay you a visit. But when you realise and you have that awareness that you are an eternal spirit, there is nothing that can harm you. And when they come for me, I'll be gone. This spirit will leave this mortal remains, which will remain here. I will be free of the prison cage, the rib cage. Wow, you've got to hand it to them. They have done a really good job. So if any truth-seeking channels or anybody that is still chasing down those rabbit holes did not like this video, well, tough shit. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it will be sweet to the belly. Because what is sweet to the mouth is bitter to the belly. So you choose whether you want to take a spoonful of sugar or you want to take a spoonful of honey. One is refined, the other one is natural and is freely given by nature. It is shared. Beekeeping is a whole nother subject for another video. And I happened to watch a very good video on this. And it's wonderful because it's also about homeschooling. So look at it for many reasons. That's my advice on that. Beekeeping, yes. The buzzing sound is very close to the sound. Look at ancient Egypt and what they tell us about that, and how honey and the symbol of the bee is held in such high regard. The pollen, the pull-on. On is life. And remember, in this reality, it's a mirror illusion. So when you say the word no, you are actually saying on, spiritually on, and you're staying true to yourself, because you are denying the bullshit of this reality. So interesting that this is song number 5, and you have 5 external senses that are interacting with this illusory matrix reality. But your internal senses are telling you that things are not as they seem. You already know this. You know this anyway. But do you want to find the answers? You can keep watching conspiracies. You can keep going down rabbit holes. Good luck with that. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody in there? We are really going into Pink Floyd with this, aren't we? But you can see where you can go with this. You can go down into a rabbit hole, and I can assure you that some of them are not pleasant, and you're not going to find anything that's going to benefit you at all. Or you can seek within and open up the real wonder, and then you will also wonder why you wasted all that time, like I've done, looking at conspiracies that just told me that everything was a lie. So when they come for me, I will be gone. We are going to get through this. both the album 1,000 Suns, and we'll see this through, and we're also going to get through this in the sense of nothing is going to harm us. Just embrace that source power, that essence that is within you. Raise that energy up within inside yourself. Realign yourself, heart and mind, body and soul, all working as a one, because you are one. You are an aspect of one. You are an expression of one. That one never left itself an individual form because it couldn't. It was unconditional love to give itself individualized personalities, which is what you think is you. When the true you is inside you. We'll come on to that more because we've got sidetracked off these songs. So we'll leave it there for this video, and the next one I will do is song number 6 called Robot Boy, another very interesting song. So until next time, ta-ta for now. May your day be as awesomely beautiful as this. I love you all. Keep sharing the love. Let's extinguish those fires in California once and for all. Let's come to the rescue of nature. Let's be the co-creators and use the energy that we have inside ourselves and put it to good use. Ta-ta for now.